Fans, welcome to another episode of Chicago Baseball Central, Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central to be exact. The central hub for both baseball teams. We'll be showing content from both teams. Today the Cubs were off, but the White Sox, oh man, the White Sox, they might as well have been off too because they got demolished, annihilated, destroyed by the San Francisco Giants. So that's 2 out of 3 games that they lost to the San Francisco Giants. We're going to get into that and all the different things that occurred during this series right after this.
Welcome to the number one place for all Chicago baseball. Let's start the show.
All right, what's good, people? What's good? It's your boy, your host, Big Bro, aka Big Kev, and all the other different things that people call me, some of which I am not going to share. Man, it was a tough day for our Chicago White Sox. They ended up losing today 16-6. So you couple that with the game on Monday, the home opener, where they lost 12-3, and then they lost 16-6 today. 2 out of the 3 games they gave up. Jesus, 28 runs to 9. 28-9. They won the middle game, 7-3. So far the White Sox are win, loss, win, loss to start the season. That puts them at 3 games won, 4 games lost. And man, when I tell you the 2 games they lost versus this team looked atrocious. Man, that's an understatement. They actually looked good in pretty much all 4 of the games versus the Astros. Had late leads in the 2 games that they lost to them. But this right here, Jesus, I don't know what Lance Lynn was doing today. Uh, I think San Francisco had 8 home runs on Monday, and then another 5 home runs today. One of them was a grand slam in the ninth inning to just make it, to make it worse than it already was. But hey, man, White Sox fan until I die. So that's what we're working with over here is a pretty much a team that's been up and down. It's only been 7 games so far, so we can't really put too much stock in it. But I mean, let's be honest, we got to look at this starting pitching. We have to look at this bullpen. The hitters have been hitting. The White Sox have hit double digits in pretty much every game they played today, except for that first game versus the Giants. Even today, as I pull up these yeah, even today they got double digit hits with another 11 hits, no errors, 6 earned runs. They put up 3 in the ninth inning, yay, for whatever reason. But man, the Giants scored today in every inning except the third and the seventh. Other than that, they were just putting runs on the board, man. Like Lance Lynn gave up 8 runs, and 3 of them was home runs, if I'm not mistaken. 3 out of the 5 that was hit today. You know, we did see some positives today. Tim Anderson had 2 RBIs and a hit, but he did strike out one. So the hot start that he had versus Houston is kind of tapering off. He's down to 276 average. And then you got Luis Robert with another strong showing today. He had another hit as well. He also had a strikeout. He's down to 323. Yoan Moncada didn't even play today. And then you got the rookie. He didn't do too well today. Andrew Vaughn had another hit, another RBI, 2 walks. He's been playing pretty well. In fact, shout out to Andrew Vaughn. Like he's actually had a pretty strong start to the season to go along with Luis Robert and Yoan Moncada. So the White Sox offense hasn't really been the problem. Now, runners in scoring position, a couple of times they left batters stranded on base. Things like that happens. But the pitching, man, it's been just atrocious. Yes, with Kopech on Monday just getting destroyed, and then Lance Lynn getting destroyed today. The bullpen just giving up runs. I mean, jeez. It was bad. It was bad, man. But then again, back to the offense. Andrew Vaughn 1 for 3. Berger at designated hitter, replacing Eloy Jimenez, who we hope to get back within 2 to 3 weeks. He was 1 for 2. Gavin Sheets was also 0 for 1, but he did score a run. And then Alberto was 2 for 5, and you had Benintendi with 1 for 5. He's been pretty consistent. He also scored a run. Elvis Andrews with 2 more hits today, putting him well over the 2,000 hit mark. Shout out to him. He had a 2-run double, I believe, in the ninth inning, and then Gonzalez rounded it out with 1 for 4. Lance Lynn was pitching today. Jesus, my man's was he gave up 9 hits, 8 earned runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 9. It was just bad. Ruiz gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Santos, geez, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and 3 strikeouts. And then Alberto with 4 hits and 4 earned runs with 1 walk and 0 strikeouts. And there you have it. San Francisco with 20 hits today to demolish the White Sox. The White Sox are sitting pretty at third place. 2 games back of Cleveland. Cleveland sitting at 5-2. Minnesota at 4-2. The White Sox at 3-4. And then underneath them are the Detroit and Kansas City. The Tigers and the Royals are 2-5 and 1-6, respectively. So there you have it, guys. The White Sox just looked pretty bad today, and it was from the beginning. Before the White Sox could even get a point, they were already down 4-0. And then it looked like they were going to make more noise in the second inning, but they only scored twice. Same thing in the fourth. They only scored once. They had bases loaded and only put 1 run. And then that was pretty much it because in the fifth inning, the Giants put up 2 more runs. And then in the sixth, 2 more runs. And then in the eighth, 2 more runs. And then in the ninth, 4 more runs. So just when it looked like the White Sox were going to be able to at least compete in this game, the pitching just failed you. It felt like every time you looked up, Lance Lynn was giving up yet another home run. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Big Bro, on Chicago White Sox and Cubs Central. So far through 2 series, the White Sox look decent versus the Houston Astros, and that was very encouraging seeing your team play well against the defending world champs. But obviously, it's just the start of the season, so everybody's still trying to get their legs, their arms, everything under them to the for the long stretch of this long season. And then versus San Francisco, they only looked good in 1 game. That was yesterday when they got the win 7-3. The Cubs had a game postponed until September yesterday versus Cincinnati. I guess the weather out there is pretty bad, and they're starting a series tomorrow. So tomorrow the Cubs will be playing the Texas Rangers, who are 4-2, and then the Cubs are 2-3 after being postponed and not being able to complete their series versus Cincinnati. So they're going to start that series. Be looking for a preview of that coming to the channel tomorrow. And then you also have the White Sox playing against the Pirates, and the Pirates have started off pretty decent at 4-2. Right now, the White Sox have Lucas Giolito starting versus Hill for Pittsburgh. So the White Sox are going to be playing at about 3 o'clock, and the Cubs are going to be playing at about, I believe, 1 time is this Cubs game? 1:20. It's going to be on Apple TV. If you're looking for the game and you can't find it, that's why you won't be able to find it. It'll be on Apple TV. So tomorrow we got 2 brand new series starting for the Cubs and the White Sox. White Sox are in their interleague play. That seems pretty early for the season, but hey, it is what it is. So there you have it, man. I'm your host, Big Bro, on Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central. Looking forward to rocking with you guys throughout the entire season. Appreciate all the support on our shorts and our videos, on these post-game videos. Obviously, we all work and so on and so forth. So I have to do this stuff before going to work, during work, and after work. But anything for the gang, come rock with your boy. My bad, y'all. Keep rocking with me. It's going to be a long season as the summer gets in, the long summer days. We're going to settle down, have some beers, and do a couple of live calls as well. Watch the games together. We have playback TV that allows us to do watch the game and comment simultaneously. So we're looking forward to all the different things that we're going to be able to do with you guys. Now, don't forget to follow all the different Central channels. That's Chicago Bulls Central, Chicago Bears Central, NBA Central, the one that doesn't have like thousands of subscribers. That's the one with us. NBA Central, Chicago Sky Central, and then the Shot Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. We do live calls of every Bulls game as well as daily Bulls content on that channel, and then daily content on every channel. So make sure you guys follow us. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. I'm your host, Big Bro, on Chicago Cubs and White Sox Central. Make sure you just email us. Email us if you have anything that you want to say. And then the phone number, let me pull that up. I meant to put it in here so I can put it on the screen. So I'll do that for the next one. But the phone number, hold on. The phone number is 773-389-6954 if you want to leave us a voicemail to talk about this first week of baseball in Chicago. That's 773-389-6954 to leave a voicemail, and we'll definitely play it on here when we do our mailbag episode. But we're going to holler at y'all. We'll rock with y'all real soon. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Welcome to the number one place for all Chicago baseball.